This your man Delvin. Welcome to Delvin's Room. And today I want to talk to y'all about a forgotten GOAT, a three-point pioneer of the 90s, man. Glen Rice. Why does Glen Rice get forgotten so much, man? I mean, Glen Rice has came out and said if he played in today's game with all the three-point shooting they shoot now, he would average about 30 points per game. His legacy would be totally different. And guess what? I believe him, bruh. I believe Glen Rice deserves to be in the Hall of Fame. I mean, you can't talk 90s superstar basketball without talking about Glen Rice, man. He had 4 seasons where he averaged over 21 points per game, and 97 being his highest when he averaged 26 per game. You know, he got traded to the Lakers, and he won that championship, which was the right sacrifice, and he even averaged 15 points on that team. But he was traded the next year. He played for 6 teams in his career, but he didn't. His biggest shines came from when he played in Charlotte. I'm going to just keep it real. 3-time All-Star in Charlotte. He averaged 27 in the playoff season in Charlotte. He was a 3-point champion in 95, but that was with the Heat. But he was All-Star Game MVP in 97. Jordan was there. Kobe was there. You know what I'm saying? Eddie Jones was there. Chris Webber was there. A lot of superstars was there. And Glen Rice showed up and he balled the hardest, man. He's still to this day top 50 in 3-pointers made, man. Charlotte was his day. Charlotte was his days when he shined. He was drafted by the Miami Heat, and that was tough for him because the Heat was still an expansion team. So he had to kind of help build Heat culture, which me being a Miami Heat fan, I appreciate that. But I got to keep it real. When he was with Charlotte, he was a menace, man. Dale Curry, Muggsy Bogues, Anthony Mason. Y'all got to hear it.
Because he was 6'8", could shoot the lights out. He extended his arms on his shot so much that you could not block it. He could put it on the floor. He could post up with his back to the basket, take smaller guys on the post. Really ferocious competitor.
He had a very high IQ. You know, he understood how guys was playing him. And he just, you know, he had that knack, you know. And then when I had the opportunity to play with a guy that could stroke it like that, I mean, you just look over and just lick the chops because you know that, hey, 9 out of 10, if you give it to him, it's going in.
Still on a run. Here's Rice. Squares up. Fires the three. Nobody's a better shooter, Jack, than Rice.
Now, I'm not saying that 90 Charlotte Hornet team would have been a championship team. I'm just saying it was a great team. There's no way they was going to beat Jordan them. I mean, Jordan did beat them in 98. You know what I'm saying? The year they went 51-31. They lost to Jordan in the semifinals 4-1. So I'm not saying they was going to beat Jordan. But I'm just saying that was a pretty good team. You know what I'm saying? Vlade Divac, Anthony Mason, Muggsy Bogues, and Dale Curry, Steph Curry's dad on that team. He was the shooter before Steph was the shooter. And see, the thing is, Michael Jordan respected, you know, the competitive nature of Glen Rice because Glen Rice wanted it. I think Glen Rice just was a victim of circumstances. You know what I'm saying? Like, he got drafted by the Miami Heat before the Heat had culture. You know what I'm saying? The Heat was a brand new team. You know what I'm saying? And then he gets traded from the Heat to Charlotte, another brand new team that's still developing. So those are 2 situations, 2 destinations he led to that he was creating something that wasn't already there. You know what I'm saying? It was no establishment there. You know, it was no culture. You know what I'm saying? This is before Pat Riley was in Miami. You know what I'm saying? So he wasn't going to do too much in Miami. He was just really help build Miami. You know what I'm saying? In Charlotte, it was just not their time. Even though they had a pretty decent team in that East, you know what I'm saying? Even in 97, they got swept by the Knicks, you know what I'm saying? But Glen Rice did do the smart thing in 2099 when he went to go play with the Lakers. He took a big loss by saying, I'm going to go play, you know, behind Kobe and Shaq. Because he felt he was a superstar. He could lead his own team. But in reality, that wasn't going to happen, man. You know what I'm saying? So he did the smart thing and contributed. He contributed because he averaged 15 points that year with had some very pivotal games with the Lakers. So he earned his ring. Nobody gave him his ring. He didn't just get that ring with the Lakers. So he earned that. But after he was that player from the Lakers, where he was really just a helper, his career kind of went downhill from there. He was never the superstar Glen Rice that is the same from when he was with Charlotte. You know, those 3 years with Charlotte for his solo career was amazing. But the year with the Lakers, he was a champion. So I'm sure he appreciates that he always have that ring and that time with the Lakers. And he has those 3 years with Charlotte, because that was a hell of a 3 years. 3 years, 3 All-Stars, had average 26 1 year, you know. So now you have to ask, does Glen Rice deserve to be in the Hall of Fame? In my opinion, he does. You know what I'm saying? I believe Glen Rice was ahead of his time. And if you just pay attention to the way his career happened and what happened during his career, it was just things that he just couldn't help. Getting drafted by the Heat when they was a brand new team, then going to the Charlotte Hornets when they're a brand new team, that's tough. And he helped build up 2 franchises. And he was an early pioneer of shooting the 3. He won a 3-point competition back in 95. And he was shooting hella 3s back then, but they just couldn't understand it. Now looking at the game, they like, damn, I wonder what Glen Rice would have been. You feel me? He's the one, him and Dale Curry over there in Charlotte was building something ahead of his time. If you would have put that team in nowadays, could have been some champions, man. I'm going to keep it real.